The headlines: GNAT reaffirmed its commitment to developing Solomon Islands through its 4 key development pillars. The 2024 Solomon Islands Election Research Report reveals the electoral system continues to provide avenues for candidates to exploit cross-border registration. And the Ministry of Health and Medical Services is reiterating its call to work together to eliminate malaria in the country. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Sharon Nanau. The Government for National Unity and Transformation, GNAT, has reaffirmed its commitment to developing Solomon Islands through its 4 key development pillars: economic transformation, infrastructure development, unity and stability, and human capital development. Governor-General His Excellency Reverend Sir David Tivakapu announced in his speech from the throne when opening Parliament's first meeting for this year. He said GNAT's development strategy is founded upon the 4 pillars.
Honourable Speaker, as we commence the business of this session, let us reflect on the guiding principles of our nation. Our motto, to lead is to serve. This is a call not just to those in leadership, but to all Solomon Islanders. We are each called to serve with integrity and dedication under God's guidance. These principles are at the heart of our government commitment to national transformation. The Government for National Unity and Transformation, GNAT, seeks to reshape our economic, social, cultural, spiritual and political landscape through 4 strategic pillars. 1. Economic transformation. 2. Infrastructure development. 3. Unity and stability. And 4. Human capital development. These pillars form the foundation of a stronger, more resilient Solomon Islands, but the success of this vision rests on all of us. It is through our collective unity and active participation that we will advance our nation's progress.
His Excellency Kapu said that while the government is responsible for policy formulation, it is the public service and state-owned enterprises that must translate these policies into tangible results.
The vision of the Government for National Unity and Transformation, GNAT, is one of the national unity, transformative economic development and prosperity for all Solomon Islanders. To realize this vision, the government is committed to implementing sound and empowering policies that enable our people to participate actively and meaningfully in the national economy. GNAT formulates policy. It is the public service, government institutions and state-owned enterprises that must translate these policies into results through timely and effective implementation. Permanent secretaries, as the administrative heads of ministries, must lead with diligence. They are responsible not only for managing policies implementation, but also for ensuring high staff performance. There is no room for complacency or incompetence within our public institutions. We expect public servants to fully understand and execute government policies.
His Excellency Kapu adds government's 4 key strategy policy pillars are implemented across all government ministries through an integrated approach that is organized under 4 primary sectors.
Honourable Speaker, the government 4 key strategic policies are implemented across all government ministries through an integrated approach that is organized under 4 primary sectors. Number 1, fundamental sector. Number 2, productive sector. Number 3, social sector. And number 4, resource sector. All ministries are grounded under these 4 sectors to deliver on the government's overarching goals of unity, growth and transformation.
Now, the 2024 Solomon Islands Election research report has highlighted ongoing concerns over cross-border voter registration, revealing that the country's electoral system still allows room for manipulation. Alex Dadamu reports.
The 2024 Solomon Islands Election Research Report reveals the electoral system continues to provide avenues for candidates to exploit cross-border registration. Solomon Islands Electoral Commission SIEC CEO Jasper Highwood Anisi, in an interview with SIBC News, said the broad definition of an ordinary voter and eligible voter in the Electoral Act dismisses the notion of cross-border voting. He said to address the issue, the Electoral Task Force is currently reviewing how to amend the Act to better clarify voter eligibility.
Cross-border voting, what not real definition, blame. So someone will have no stay inside law constituency, but him go register inside law constituency. But if you look law Electoral Act, there's nothing like cross-border voting because it's legal in terms of section 4, 1, 2, and 3 law Electoral Act 2018. Hem broad for good definition now. Hem make that there is no cross-border. For example, I used to give this example that me are eligible for vote inside more than 4 constituency. That doesn't mean that me cross-border because base law legal definition where section 4 him provide him, everyone's a vote. As long as you related or you connected law group, you entitled for vote now. So people confuse him now, what the definition? But if you look law section 4 law Electoral Act, the definition is too broad. But at the same time, MIFAL Electoral Management Body, and what happened, the international best practice, the definition should be, you stop 6 months, you vote, lo place you stay lem. You no vote lo nara place. Have not how what the countries lo around the world or the more democratic countries or something. You stay in a place where more than 6 months, you're eligible for vote because by using resources lo place here, and at the same time you make decision-based law school, clinics, or whatever service government providing for that for a particular area you stay here. So currently the Electoral Task Force are looking at how we can best narrow the definition. So I think even going down, the Commission would like to see that definition focus on ordinarily residents, meaning you stay within 6 months and you vote lawfully. That is the best practice around law. And we feel like for employing that one. But it's not for us to make, it's the lawmakers who makes the law. But we will try our best to propose some and give some recommendations law why option A or B are important for legislators vote for law or pass him law.
Mr. Anisi adds, given the challenges posed by cross-border registration, the 2024 elections saw the implementation of an in-constituency voter registration and verification measures. He said the Electoral Office acknowledges the report's findings and agrees that if not addressed, the issue would become a potential point of conflicts in future elections.
It's a big challenge for us, Commission. That's why we come up with small mechanism policy to make sure that we have right people getting into the constituency as per the law. And yes, part of it is the testimony statements made by people there. But then, you know, we noticed during the last election too that one fellow man have witness for calls up 10, 20 or even a truckload full of people, one fellow man no say, or everyone relative. Yeah, so we're looking at, okay, how best we can narrow that process more. But it all started because of the definition. So, and it's the first time Mifala run a whole process here, law under 2018 Electoral Act here. That's the first time we did the full electoral process. And there are also some threats that we've seen in the last election, that there were small pockets of disagreement, conflicts. And our fear is that if that definition stay as broad as it is, it will cause, that one now, Commission Mifal frighten, it will cause violence if Mifala no handle them, or lawmakers especially.
Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
The Ministry of Health and Medical Services is reiterating its call to work together to eliminate malaria in the country. Alex Dadamu with the details.
The Ministry of Health and Medical Services is reiterating its call to work together to eradicate malaria in the country. Deputy Secretary Health Improvement Dr. Nemia Bainivalu made the call at a talk bike show held in Honiara to mark the World Malaria Day 2025. Dr. Bainivalu says the ministry believes working together as a way to fight malaria in the country.
Malaria hem no waka blomi for the Minister of Health Selevanoma and I got partners where me for wakala me for believe that hem waka blomi imi everyone. Whereby if me commit and give him resources for him addressing malaria, definitely by him also making me healthier, safer, and also a country we have free of malaria. Now noting that one good thing too is malaria hem of a preventable disease and hem treated if him work together with him. But by him need him na continued or for the commitment blame him continue. Also the political level blame for the technical man where work on health and malaria. Plus him also in terms of resources, yeah, selling people for waka, things for him using for waka.
He adds Solomon Islands comes close to eradicating malaria in the recent years.
Solomon Islands make him a lot of progress and him do stuck a waka for down him na malaria. This one him through I got a good partners blame me around the region. We got supporting IMI such as Australia, Japan, and I got other international organizations, also Global Fund. Also I got NGO partners blame me as well and churches, and I got both government too. So within those support from Agata and throughout the 1990s, then kakasim 2000s, immigrant support from Agata partners blame me also me mention him ya. Hem gogo imi osem lobby for la malaria garem na mi fal measure na osem burden blomi fal osem wat na heavy blood sick lo country mi fal measure na by incidents hem talem osem how many people wala group of people na by mi sa garem that one. So imi down him go from number blame from 200 per 1000 fala people ko kasim 30 lo 2014 na. Then go 2015, unfortunately, number have start for pick up back go Kasim 2019 M107 now from 30 per 1,000 fala people who Kasim 107 and as of last year M Kasim 155 per 1,000 which M number similar where imigarem early 2000s. Yeah.
The World Malaria Day falls annually on 25th April. Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
Government has launched an extensive tax reform initiative aimed at creating a fair, simple and efficient tax system. Governor-General His Excellency Reverend Sir David Tivakapu announced in his speech from the throne when opening Parliament's first meeting for this year. He says the tax reform will be implemented in 2 phases.
As part of ongoing fiscal reforms, the government is reviewing the national tax system. The aim is to introduce a fair and simple and broad-based tax regime that ensures everyone pays their appropriate share. The tax reform agenda is extensive and resource-intensive. The government has chosen to implement it in phases. Phase 1 involves the Tax Administration Act, which has already been passed, and the forthcoming Value-Added Tax Act, which is expected to be tabled in Parliament shortly. Phase 2 began in 2024 with Cabinet's endorsement of key policy directions. This phase will include reforms to the Income Tax Act, followed by reviews of exercise and resource rent taxes.
Reform on the national tax system is now underway amidst government's emphasis that the 2025 national budget allocation and spending must be guided by strategic priorities. The 2025 national budget passed in December last year with a total of $5.2 billion includes an overall deficit of $1.274 billion.
Honourable Speaker say Parliament approved the 2025 national budget in December last year with a total of $5.2 billion. The budget includes an overall deficit of $1.274 billion, mainly attributed to development expenditures. Cabinet has since endorsed the 2025 SIG expenditures and financing strategies to address this shortfall. The 2025 budget is guided by theme accelerating accountable and transformative investments, a pathway towards resilient and sustainable economy. Consultations have already begun on the framework for the 2026 budget. It is imperative that budget allocation and spending be guided by strategic priorities. With limited resources, we must focus on areas of comparative advantage, enhance rural participation, and adopt a private sector-led approach to developing our productive and resource sectors.
Now, women in ICT Solomon Islands joined others globally to celebrate the International Girls in ICT Day in Honiara. Elisa Kukutu with more on this story.
The women in ICT Solomon Islands WITSI joined others globally to celebrate the International Girls in ICT Day at the Mendana Hotel in Honiara on Thursday. This year's theme, Girls in ICT for Inclusive Digital Transformation, highlights the need to ensure equal access and opportunities for girls and young women in the digital world. Delivering her keynote address, Minister Councillor at the Australian High Commission Office, Lindsay Buckingham, acknowledged the hosting of the event as it promotes women in ICT in the country.
I'd like to especially congratulate and extend my thanks to WITSI for organising this event on International Girls in ICT Day, and all the hard work that you do as well to support women and girls. I'm very pleased to say this is the second time that I've attended this event. I came last year too, and it's wonderful to see even more young women and girls come here today for this exciting day. It's events like this one that give us optimism and hope for greater gender equality in the ICT sector. We know that unfortunately the numbers don't stack up so well in ICT. Women hold a smaller percentage of jobs in computing and mathematics jobs. Only a smaller number of women decide to pursue jobs in technology. And also, while sometimes we have seen more recently the number of women in leadership roles increase in ICT, it's still much lower than the rates of men in leadership roles in ICT.
Students in various schools attended the event where they had the opportunity to learn firsthand on ICT-related topics and experiences. Cybersecurity practitioner and WITSI member Beatrice Kenny said it is important to commemorate the day to increase the representation of girls and women in the ICT field. She also encourages girls to take on ICT-related courses.
I think it's important for marking the day because of representation. We need to say that this is a very male-dominated field, and we need to get more girls into studying for ICT, ICT field, and STEM. So I think we need more girls to take on ICT and STEM subjects since it's a very male-dominated field. So to increase the representation of women and girls in this field. Yes, I think WITSI is very important. I think because it's a very, like as we mentioned, it's a very male-dominated field. So it's very, rare for finding other women in the field, work in the same field or in the same organization. So when we come together under WITSI, like you can see other women and especially other older women that have been in the field where also offer a mentorship and guidance and help him, us the younger ones that are coming up in the field as well. So it's very valuable and informative for joining this group with you. I think, as we mentioned, we need more girls in the field. No looking at a male-dominated field. You think that, me girl, me hard for doing because only a boy no must have doing studies there or that fella field there. Imi girls, imi have doing. So I think studies have shown that girls, when it comes to ICT, problem solving in STEM, compared to boys, I think girls, they approach the problem solving like holistically. So they look at every single angle. So I think we need more girls in the field. They be able for solving now our collective problems in facing in ICT and STEM.
For SIBC TV, I'm Eliza Kukutu.
Now, after more than 4 decades without dedicated health services, the people of Tasiboko in northeast Guadalcanal are celebrating the opening of a brand new rural health centre. Alfred Pagepitu with more on this story.
After more than 40 years, the people of Tasimboko in northeast Guadalcanal finally have a new health centre to call their own. The official opening of the Tasimboko Rural Health Centre was marked by a ribbon-cutting ceremony at Rarata, drawing community members, provincial leaders, and government officials together in celebration of what has been described as a historic moment. In his remarks at the event, Guadalcanal Province Premier Honorable Willie Atu said the opening of the new clinic was a major milestone for both Tasimboko Ward and Northeast Guadalcanal constituency.
First time lo here Imiran hemna lo ruabatu Imiran also good Samaritan. Me happy to mas posel sem. This time we will be running a close distance. We'll be running a close distance. And suppose we need doctors. There are now 12 doctors that work inside the province of Bloimi, 12 doctors. And time we looking at the health centers, Mamara, Tangarare, Abu Abu, Marau, Aula, and then you come here, Good Samaritan. Good Samaritan hosting biggest number, almost 62,000 people now Good Samaritan 77. 62,000, the biggest Lagorganal province. Me believe that the establishing of this clinic by relieving a bit Good Samaritan. Me like acknowledging the former government of Honorable Sade, where this time him member of parliament and him deputy speaker. Government him come and government him go. And for him accept him that idea will have come up with last government, but this government will make him come into reality.
Former Prime Minister and Community Representative Dr. Derek Sikwa in his remarks called on the community to take ownership of the facility.
For you follow out good people below me and the community of Tasiboko, please let us continue to look after this area health center as well as what nurses and any other person that have come here for worker. Have responsibility blame me for look after Moroketa. Yeah. Me like say thank you. Uncle Fred, thank you very much for you leading what boys blame me throughout the construction. You guys have always been here to look after the boys that are going to work and to look after the building. I want you to continue to look after the clinic. Day and night, so that everyone is safe. Yeah.
Constructed at the cost of 1.7 million Solomon dollars, the new Tasimboko Rural Health Centre was funded through the Provincial Capacity Development Fund with additional support from the World Bank, BIC, Integrated Economic Development and Community Resilience Project, AIDA. Alfred Pagepitu for SIBC TV.
Australians, New Zealanders and Solomon Islanders gathered at the Central Police Station in the early hours of Friday morning to commemorate ANZAC Day. This year's service marked the 110th anniversary of Gallipoli landing by the Australian and New Zealand troops in the First World War. The event was graced by the Prime Minister, Honourable Jeremiah Manile, and the Governor-General, Sir David Tivakapu. ANZAC Day is a national day of remembrance in Australia, New Zealand and Tonga, that broadly commemorates all Australians and New Zealanders who served and died in all wars, conflicts and peacekeeping operations, and the contribution and suffering of those who have served. In the Solomon Islands, ANZAC Day is observed with dawn services and other commemorations, often attended by local leaders and representatives from Australia and New Zealand. 2 transport businesses have been approved as recipients under the Cocoa and Coconut Revolving Fund, joining 57 others in a move aimed at strengthening the country's agricultural value chain. Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Permanent Secretary Dr. Samson Viulu told SIBC TV the businesses were selected for their active role as buyers with their applications focusing on improving transport services. Alex Dadamu with the details.
2 transport businesses are among the 57 recipients recently approved under the Cocoa and Coconut Revolving Fund. Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Permanent Secretary Dr. Samson Viulu confirmed in an interview with SIBC TV that the 2 businesses were selected because they are already operating as buyers in the cocoa and coconut value chain. He said the application specifically sought support for transport services, a key component in the effective movement and export of cocoa and coconut in the country.
Two fala particular transport service providers here, they're existing buyers. One fala hemi agent Blosema, lo Ugi, and another one one fala active buyer lo here lo Guadalcanal. So they are not asking for the capital, okay, no ask now for cash for doing purchasing because two fala garen cash, enough cash for purchasing copra in particular. However, one them to struggle with them now transportation. The freighting, for example, for this fella buyer lo Guadalcanal, him by hiring boat for taking kamot copra, kasem lo place where road kasem, him hiring a truck for taking copra, kam kasem na export lo here lo Honiara. So the cost of freight him double up now. Also, so by giving him the boat and the engine, by him help for reducing na operational cost by which means by him give him more money lo this particular buyer for him gare more money for purchasing now copra directly from rural farmers blame. The same story goes for this particular SEMA buying agent lo Ugi. Hemi very good for the story. He's a very young man. Wahemi lo early 30s or late 20s blahem noma. And so ministry I'm very happy to mas for assist him. Okay, the youths blame were interested for go into agribusiness. And this particular buyer from Ugi every week, he send them on average between 160 to 200 bags of copra just from one particular buyer from Ugi. So we believe that by giving him boat and engine, by him request him, and we know and we can clarify and confirm that him existing buyer and him agent Blo SEMA as well as another exporter lo here lo Honiara, by him really drastically increase him now volume of copra him have purchase him from the rural coconut farmers blame from Ugi. So yes, by me fella say that anything that can facilitate the immediate boost in the volume of export blow cocoa and copra, Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock by him definitely support him.
Meanwhile, Deputy Secretary Special Duties, Mr. Samson Baite, explained that the fund is a short-term solution aimed at addressing immediate needs in the cocoa and coconut industries.
This revolving fund is a short-term plan for in response to the increase in the price of copra and cocoa. But a longer-term plan of the ministry is to support and rehabilitate all cocoa trees in the country and cocoa and coconut plantation, support them all the farmers. This is a different program from revolving fund because me looking lo me that staka or the regime complained that man this one for the buyers and traders no more, we're now rehabilitation, dryers, fermentation for the farmers. It is a separate program, and application have open this time. Yeah? It's open for the public and farmers to apply. It's a separate program, and it's a $20 million support program. Yeah, where for supporting rehabilitation, local go bloyu, wakem nursery bloyu, brass implantation bloyu, and tools and other things also for help them other farmers bloyu. So it's a different program, but it is open for farmers bloyu for apply. A revolving fund is another program where we are targeting buyers, yeah, and other traders, where the aim is to quickly increasing volume of export block cocoa and copra blooming overseas.
Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
And now the latest in sports with Crofton Utukana.
The Smashdown Barriers, in collaboration with the Honiara Table Tennis Association, marked the World Tennis Day last Thursday with students from the Red Cross Special Development Center at Ripple Ridge, West Honiara. This year's theme, Diversity and Inclusion, highlights the importance of creating opportunities for everyone to participate in sport, regardless of their ability. Coordinator of Smashdown Barriers, Kevin Olea, says the theme highlights the significance of celebrating with students with special needs.
All right, today we just introduce the basic of table tennis, and we have some fun where it allows and gives times to the people with disability, especially those students here at the special centers, to come out and be part of the table tennis day. And this one will create a safe space, equal opportunities, as the team reflects on the equal opportunities and safe space for everyone through participation and engage in table tennis. Table tennis is for all, despite of you come from different backgrounds, races, religious beliefs and backgrounds, but the table tennis, anywhere, how anyone can play the sport table tennis. And it brings peoples together, it breaks discrimination, stigmas, as we've seen and experienced in the communities and society today. So the kids at the schools and even today at the special center, they're really excited and full with joy and passion as they play with fun, not only with games and fun, but they learn that table tennis, anyone can play the sport table tennis, despite of your age, your ability, or your gender, you can still play table tennis. And table tennis can bring changes through participation of and being part of the table tennis.
Meanwhile, a sports teacher at the Special Development Center, Salome Timothy, also expressed her appreciation for being included in the celebration.
Me feel excited as table tennis come and including me for a Special Development Center as part of the program, which is inclusive, yeah. No forgetting me fala, but including me fala too as well. So as a sport teacher, we excited too much for be part of the program. Beginning me fala excited too much because most of the time, beginning feel left out from other sports. So time including what inside, but you looking how beginning excited for participate. No matter no sabe play good, but other some na excitement how for participate inside lot of games, other sport or providing here. What me like him if other sport federation if also have including special need beginning you milo Honiara, and not only Honiara alone, but if Solomon Island as a whole or have involved inside, that will be a great something where for helping every beginning me or same part of the inclusive family, yeah, including every beginning me, not the able one only, but even the special need too.
Crofton Utukana, SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.